what I want you to do is, well, in chapter 4, what we're going to do in chapter 4, we are going to go over the mega mindset, your mega mindset. We are going to go over the mega mindset, their mega mindset. And then what we're going to go is we're going to talk about, just really quick, utilizing the Recruit Select modules. Now, I got to tell you, we're not going to go into Recruit Select that much. The reason why we're not going to go into it is because there's a whole class all about that. It's a 2-day class, which is an absolutely phenomenal class. So I just want to look at that. We're going to go over of talking with megas. Then we're going to finish up with transitioning megas. Sound good? So that's what we're going to do. Now, what I want, who did that? Vicky, you're so my favorite. Okay, now what I want you to do, I want you to turn to any blank page. Okay? And team leaders, what I want you to do is I want you to give you the key and the power and the perspective of recruiting megas. What I want you to do is I want you to write down how many agents are in your market center. How many agents are in your market center? 104. Write that number down. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down how much closed volume have you had in your market center year to date? Know your numbers. Know your numbers. Know exactly how much, what you're looking at. Then what I want you to do is I want you to think about what your split is between buyer volume and seller volume. Your percentage. Okay? And where would you be able to find that at a glance every single month? Market center reports. You can also look at the income statement, and you can look at, there's that breakdown, how much commission income is coming from buyers, how much commission income is coming from sellers. You've got that right there. So you've got an update. You don't even need to wait till anything comes out. You've got it right there at a glance. So the reason why I want you to do that, and let's say that you're at a 50-50 split between buyers and sellers, okay, which is optimal. So now you've got that, you've got your numbers, right? Now let's say that you are going to visit with a $40 million producer. A $40 million producer. And they have 15 people on their team. And they're sitting at about a 70-30 buying side to listing side ratio with that. Could that be intimidating? Going to go talk to a $40 million producer, 15 people on their team. They're on a 70-30 in terms of their buying. Could that be intimidating? Could that be intimidating? It could be. Now what I want you to do, wait a minute. How many people do you have on your team? You have 200 people on your team. What's your closed volume on your team? 300 million. What's your split? Buyers to sellers. Okay, are you with me? Does this make sense? I want you to understand, team leaders, you are the leader of that market center. That market center is your team. You are a mega agent. You're just dealing with different zeros, and you've got a lot more buyer's agents, and you've got a lot more listing specialists than anybody has on anybody's team. The thing that you have to do, you have to act like it. And you have to know your numbers just as much as they know their numbers. Are you in competition with them? No, not at all. But this is your mindset. This is your mindset to give you confidence going and talking with this mega agent. Sound good? Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to be looking at this, and I want you to say, with this is no tips for your mega mindset. Act more like top agents, and you will attract more to you. Act more like a top agent, and you will attract more. Well, if you're understanding what your market center and you're the leader of that team, then all of a sudden you're taking on business characteristics of that mega agent. You're talking the same lingo, but you have to understand your power. Consistently call them. Consistently call them. Do you think that they call for business? Chances are they do. Be disciplined to call them. Take responsibility. No excuses. Take responsibility. No excuses. Remember, placing blame on the market is just an excuse. Team leaders, placing blame on the market is just an excuse. I want you to walk out of here with so much hope that you don't have to be focusing on the market. You're focusing on the people that you're going to recruit. The market's the market, folks. Talent's going to focus on recruiting. Remember how we started the day yesterday? Everybody, all companies are focusing on recruiting right now. We're just better than them at that. We just have to understand that. Don't focus on the market. The market's not the issue. Recruiting's the issue. By the way, am I saying that you're not recruiting? Am I saying that you're bad? No, that's not the message. What I'm saying is you've got some tools now to go out and recruit. Let them know that you want them, admire them, and respect them. Are you going to get down on a knee? No. Are you going to be a puppy and be shivering when you meet them? No. You're going to very calmly, in a business-like way, let them know that you respect them. They appreciate that. By the way, what's the traditional real estate company says to talent or to top producers? What do they say? You have to understand what they say. We don't make any money off of you anyways. Here, their top producers have signs all over the place, and they say, we don't make money off of you anyways. Do you think that you've got a great dialogue? Do you think that you've got a great opportunity? Should you be intimidated talking with talent? With mega talent? Be excited. Be excited. Build and stay in relationship with them. Consistently invite them to training. That is your number one. With getting megas, that's your number one way to do it, is get them to events. Get them there. Frank, does it work? Yes, it does work. How about English? I've reached about 10,000 words. Your conversation should be structured to discover the areas of needs, and the presentation can be built around those areas. Don't start selling. Don't start selling Keller Williams. Do the needs analysis, talk about what they want to talk, and then move forward. Isn't that what we just talked about in the last chapter? And then find out what they want before you start selling. Okay? Now what I want to do on page 84, page 79. You just got to watch me a little bit. What I want you to understand is now what we've done is we've understood how we think. Let's understand how they're thinking. Top agents, what they want is they want to achieve more in less time. Top agents implement quickly and don't want to be around people who don't do the same. Eagles and ducks. They're eagles. Get it done. Top agents constantly ask, how can I make this better, faster, move more efficiently? Top agents are into action. They don't take no for an answer very easily, particularly when they want something bad enough. Need to understand that. They don't behave badly. They're just passionate about what they want. We find a way to make people win. Top agents know their numbers. They know their listing numbers. They know the number of sales. They know their fallout rate. They know the number of calls that they have to make to get an appointment. They know the number of appointments that it's going to take to reach their goals. Should we know those things about our market center? We should know those things. Because now what we're doing is we're talking the same language. Top agents have a follow-up plan. Top agents want to have acts. This is the biggest one. Top agents want to have access to people who know. Thank goodness for Gary Keller. Gary Keller is the best magnet for our megas. And they keep them with us. Because what happens, our megas want to be in consulting with Gary. Our megas want to be in consulting with Dave Jenks. Those are huge. Leverage that out. That's really great. What you've got to do as team leaders is you've got to expand your circle to make sure that what you're doing is you're in business with people so that people see you as their vehicle for winning because of the people that you hang out with. Everybody understand that? Okay. Top agents want to be around like-minded people. Top agents will upgrade their staff if the staff doesn't grow with them. So if you in the market center have a bunch of people that really maybe are just collecting checks, they're not really getting stuff done, do you think that your top agents know that? Yeah. What do they think of you if you have people in the market center that are maybe just sitting around collecting checks? Are you one of them? No. They're not. So what they're going to do, what respect level, do you think that they're going to be respecting you at a high level? No. If you've got great staff around you that's helping you drive the market center, what are they going to think about you? Hey, can I get with you and talk with you about your staff? Because you do a really great job with your staff. Top agents are on a constant talent search. Top agents love living on the edge. What I mean by that is that everything's important to a top agent. They're very, very passionate. Just understand that. They're not bad because they have strong feelings. They're just passionate. Their accountability, discipline, and consistency separate them from others. Most of all, what talent wants or mega agents want is they want an opportunity. That's the main thing that they want is an opportunity. Now, what you say is an opportunity, they say, well, what we do is we sit there and say, well, they want a market center. No. They maybe want an opportunity to have access to someone to take their career to the next level. The way you find out what their opportunity looks like, how would you do that? How would you do that? Ask them. Talk to them. And if you help them get what they want, do you think they're probably going to want to be hanging out with you? Do you think that they might tell other people? Remember, telephone, telefax, telerealtor. If good things happen, do you think that people are going to tell people? If bad things happen, do you think people are going to tell people? Which side of the equation do you want to be on? Good things, helping people have good things, helping people move to the next level, helping people win in there. What I want you to do with your homework on page 80, I want you to look at, and by the way, these are questions, they're not judgments. Is your market center environment appealing to top agents? I want you to answer that question. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Is your message appealing to top agents? Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Is your attitude and mindset appealing to top agents? Is your attitude and mindset appealing to top agents? Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Whatever the question, whatever your answers are, it's okay. The beautiful thing about it, you can change it. You are in control on this one. You are in control on this one. Now that you know, you just move forward. Hey, want to do this? Has anybody taken the Recruit Select class? Has anybody taken the Recruit Select class? Has anybody using the Recruit Select? Is anybody using that? Gail, you talked with me yesterday. What's gone on with your Recruit Select? The average. So what's going on with your business?
Well, our market share for our area is number one in our area of Sacramento. So our allied resources actually come to us on a regular basis. They come to our sales meetings. They come in to get re-energized, and they are asking if they can recruit for me.
Oh, did everybody hear that? her allied resource. I know we're at the end of the day. I know we're getting close, but this is powerful. Her allied resources are asking her if they can recruit for her. In Sacramento, I mean to tell you, the market's incredible there right now. I mean, it's a hotbed right there. So are you seeing what happened? This really works. If you have not been to a Recruit Select class, please get in it. If you're not using it, go back again. It's just going to cost $199 to audit the class. The reason why is because we pay the royalty to corporate consultings. Please go back to it. It will change your life. It will change your life, and what it will do is it will get you moving in the right. It will get you moving in the right direction. This is the time when markets change. If we keep doing the same thing over time and we don't change with the market, what do you think we're going to get with our results? Same thing. If the same thing isn't where we want it to be, what do we need to do? Change. And that's what this class is about. That's what the Recruit Select is about. So I just want to plant that seed in there. Okay. I want you to be asking yourself these questions. Who do I know that is highly desirable, highly productive agent that I could bring into my market center? Who do I know that can positively impact the landscape of my market center? Who do I know that is highly influential in the real estate community? If you have those people come to your market center, do you think that might change the face of your market center? Now, what I want to do is I want to ask you, how do you get that? How does that happen? The beautiful thing about it, with Recruit Select, you will have access to a powerful system that will give you the competitive edge over any company in the industry. Gail, I'm going to put you on the spot again. Gail, do you think that your speak to your allied resources is the same as the managers, the other managers that are your competitors?
Interesting that you should ask, because before I showed them the numbers from Broker Metrics, they thought the other companies were doing some business, and when I showed them that some of the competitors had closed 0 in the last 30 days, their mindset changed and they came to our office even more.
Because what happens is the allied resource see you as someone that's getting it done, so they want to be in business with you, and they want to do what it takes to be in business with you.
They want to be in my office during my sales meetings, and they'll take some of my training bits from my sales meetings and use it in their meetings.
I've got to tell you, if you're wondering who you should use an AVA with and use the Recruit Select process, do it with the allied resources, folks. Take them through the process. Take them through the process. Get them exposed to the process, and they're going to be like, wait, you do this for your top talent? And you're like, yeah. And they're going to be like, they don't do that at XYZ. They don't do that at ABC. What position are you putting yourself in if you do something like that? You're putting yourself in a pretty good way to succeed, pretty good position to succeed. Just thoughts. Hey, you know that Gary Keller? Do you think he's pretty successful? I'd say so. I wouldn't mind his bank account. I've learned more about myself in one day with Bain validating my behavior than literally any other single day in my life. Is Gary kind of a learning-based fellow? Yeah, he's kind of a learning-based guy, and that's what he's saying about this process. Just thoughts. The great thing about this is I love this, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but what I love about this is when I'm here with this screening interview, guess what I'm doing in this screening interview right here? I'm spending an hour, and you know what I'm doing? I'm listening. I'm sitting back, and I'm listening to a very talented person, so I get to spend an hour with that person, and what I got to do is I just got to listen to him. How many of you want to listen to a talented person? Do you think that's work? And then what's really kind of neat over here is that here in this second interview, this comprehensive, then you know what I'm doing? I'm spending about 2.5 hours, and you know what I'm doing? I'm listening. So you know what I get to do? I get to spend 3 hours of listening to someone, just listening to them, and guess what I'm doing? I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid to listen to talent and learn from incredibly talented people. And you know what? I'm getting paid to do that. Isn't this the greatest company in the world? I love it. Team leaders, you have such a great gig. I'm going to go back and be a team leader. I mean to tell you, here I come to that. So I just want you to do that. I just want you to, the recruit select model is so much fun because it's just about getting in relationship with folks on them. Talking with megas, I want you to understand is that when you talk with megas, I really want you, if you want to get good at recruiting megas, get really good at bringing your allied resources involved in this and bringing your top talent in your market center involved in this. Doing it on your own, you can do it because you're very talented, but it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road. Get your people involved. Get your people involved. Any questions or comments on that? Okay. What we've got there is that when you're talking with megas, I want you to really ask great questions. On page 84, you've got some great questions. I'm just going to go over these real quick. You can do them because I want to make sure that we're getting you out of here on time. I want you to do is that number 1 on page 84 is a great question. Your life story, starting from when you graduated from high school or your last formal education. Tell me your life story. Tell me your life story. Well, I could be talking to Stormy. Tell me your life, Stormy. Okay, but anyways, tell me your high highs for success. Tell me what you're really proud of, and tell me about your low lows, things that you're not so proud of. Tell me what you learned from these experiences, and also gives me an idea of where you're earning from what you're learning from your efforts. 9. Describe a major career decision that you've made and the steps that you went through to make it. 10. Describe a major personal decision that you've made and the steps that you went through. Why do we want to ask the personal and the business? To see if their businesses, to see if their process matches up, to see if it's the same thing. By the way, do people think differently in their personal lives and their professional lives? Do they think differently? Do they prioritize differently from personal and business? Depends on the individual. You can't put everybody in a box. The only way that you can do it is what we do is we sit there. If someone's going to do this in their personal, they're going to do it in their business. Not so much. What you got to do is you got to find out about their thinking, how it goes in, what goes into it. Think of a major personal accomplishment you made. What happened? What was your contribution? What did your contribution impact the income? What lessons did you learn from it? How would you describe the relationship you'd like to have with your team and your broker? How would you like to describe the relationship you'd like to have with your broker? Yeah. So when you ask that question, Vicki, what are they going to think about you? You're different. You care. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you... Fun, huh? You know, another question that's not on here is that I want you to just put, how much money would you like to be making in 2 years? The reason why I always like that question is because 2 years is essentially today. Does everybody understand that? 2 years is essentially today. If you can help them make today what they want to make in 2 years from now, what do you think they're going to think about you? Say, ooh, how valuable do you think they're going to think you are? I think you're going to be real valuable. So, 16. Who are the 3 people you most like, respect, admire, and why? Why would you ask that question? Their values, birds of a feather flock together. They're going to try to emulate those people. What are your long-term career goals? What do you want? What do you want from doing all this? You're doing all this, so you're doing a great job. But what is it what's the payoff? What do you want? Do you think anybody's asked them that? Their managers? I'd bet the farm on that no one's asked them that. Okay, now what I want to do, we have such a great opportunity. We have the lovely. We have the talented. We have the extraordinary, someone that has been my mentor from start to finish. We have the lovely Holly Perry coming up, who's going to give us a little section on recruiting by the book. The lovely, the talented, the extraordinary Holly Perry. Let's give her a standing ovation. Here we go. Yeah! Holly Perry. We love her. How can that much talent be in one person?
Is that man? Hello, is that man too much or what? Has this been great stuff? This has been great stuff. Now, I know we're working our way out of here, but I'm going to give you a little sneak preview of what is going to happen next.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, great. Because it's been great material to help us recruit. But we're not going to just stop here. Dr. Rebecca John and Shannon Musgrove have all agreed that in 2008, the next high-intensive team leader training class is going to be called Recruiting by the Book. Because we believe that the Red Book is by far the number one secret weapon that we have. So here's your assignment for 2008, guys. Write it down. Okay? Number one, read the book again. Were you all here for the team leader general session? I was embarrassed. I thought that I had read the book a lot. I've read it 6 times. I was blown out of the water by people who've read it up to 24 times. Read the book again. If you haven't read it in the last 6 months, you've forgotten something, right? Number 2, give every single recruit that you talk to a book. Now is not the time to cut expenses by not giving away our Bible, our secret weapon. So give every single person a book. And by the way, ask if everyone within your market center has a book. And when was the last time that they read the book? Number 3, start a book club. Doesn't have to be difficult, guys. A chapter a week, chapter a month, and then just have discussion. But here's the big one. Number 4, find this mega that you're trying to recruit and make a commitment to them in 2008 that you will help them follow the steps in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book and get them to that level. And study the book together. Make that commitment. Say, you know what, in 2008 I'm going to become an expert in this book and I want to help you get there with me. Would you help me get better at this? And by the way, if along the way you decide to come to work for us, that's great. But in the meantime, I really care about your business, and this book is going to help us both get there. So in the meantime, recruit by the book. And what's going to be the next class you're going to see on the circuit for next year. So we'll look forward to seeing all of you.
Holly Perry. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
When Holly came out with, when they announced that Holly was doing this, one of the things I got real on purpose about was the Red Book. And so I decided, we've been doing an on-time drawing in our market center. When people are on time for team meeting, they get to be in a drawing. And so I decided to do 2 drawings. One is if they bring their MREA book to team meeting, they get to be in a different drawing. And at the end of the month, we do a giveaway, and we give away like a set of 3612-3 books, or we give away an education class, something big. And so what now? Everybody totes their Bible to team meeting.
How cool!
And if they don't have the Bible, well then they don't have the book.
Great job. Talk about plussing the sales meeting. Oh, huge! Great job. That's huge. Great job. Great job. Okay, folks, you ready to put a bow on this? Okay. What we've got is I want you to know we're on page 87, and it is crucial that every market center has a transition plan. I want you to think of your transition plan as a red imaginary Keller Williams blanket. And what you do is you take this transition plan and you wrap it around those megas, because now let's look at this. You've just built an incredible relationship with them. They dig you. You dig them. Everybody's good. Everything's going great. Now what we need to do is we need to transition their baby, their business, over to Keller Williams. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have an incredible transition plan. Do not delegate this to someone that has the time. Are you with me? Do not delegate this to someone who is your best of your best on your staff. And what you do is you bring that person into the meeting with you. They sit down so that mega sees that this person, that you respect that person. Okay? This isn't some schlep. This is someone that is your chief of staff. And that chief of staff has that baby from start to finish. What they do is you have a plan that your chief of staff meets with the mega's chief of staff, and what they do is they coordinate all details. Okay? Should have a written transition plan that says this is what's going to happen on this day, this is what's going to happen on this day, this is what's going to happen on this day, and this is what's going to happen on this day. If you do that and this transition goes so smooth, what's that mega going to do? They're going to tell somebody. If this transition goes horrible, what's that mega going to do? Tell everybody, maybe not come. Are you with me? So what you've got to do, the stakes are very, very high, and you must have a transition. So with that transition is you can leverage with the ALC. I don't think so. You can, but I want you to make sure that someone is definitely responsible for this. Give megas scripts so they can go back to their buyers and sellers. And so what we've got here is we've got a script here, and when it says I'm contacting, and this is the script that the seller, that your English, John, slow down, breathe, in and out. Okay, we've got this. That the mega is going to go to their sellers. And it says, I'm contacting you to let you know that I've made a career move. I'm very excited to now be a part of the fourth largest real estate company in North America, Keller Williams Realty. Megas so what you're doing is you're just you're giving them an option. You're giving them some hope, because what everybody's going to be doing is they're going to be exactly like team leaders when they start out. What do I say? Have a script for them as what for them to say. Are you with me? Just you help them with that something. And by the way, it's not going to be one of those scripts that says, here's the script. Because sometimes people aren't comfortable with scripts. You're going to have to work with that mega to have a script that works for them. Okay? And who's the most important person in this? The mega. Their comfort level. Okay? So you work with that. By the way, is that going to be a follow-up meeting? Does that count as a recruiting meeting? No, that's a follow-up. That's not a recruiting. Okay. By the way, if this mega comes over, remember you're throwing that. Do you think let's say that this mega is a $20 million producer. Is that a pretty big rock you're throwing in the pond? How many ripples do you think you're going to have there? When's the time for you to recruit? If the transition is going really smoothly, do you think that they're going to give you up names really quick? Yeah, if the transition is not going very smoothly, do you think they're going to be giving up names? Not so much. Help them with an 8x8, a 33 touch. And I want you to know, transition plans, what it really does, transition plans really help people see that you walk your talk. Is they're able to see, hey, this is the deliverance time, and they're delivering. I would underpromise and overdeliver with this transition program, with this transition plan. Underpromise and overdeliver. This is a great time to wow. Find your most capable person. Your most capable person. Talk them up. Create a win for them. Let them know how valuable they are. They value. Do people want to be valuable to you? Do they want to go to work and say, it really doesn't matter whether I show up or not? Do people want that? No, they want to be counted on and depended upon. This is a great opportunity to help develop someone on your staff. And what we've got on page 88 through 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, you've got samples of transition plans. And what I want you to do is I want you to go through those transition plans, and I want you to take a look at your transition plan and see if there's anything in here that you could maybe add to it. Okay? That's your homework assignment. I want you to do that to make sure that we've got there. Chapter 4. What'd you get? What are your ahas with megas? What's that? Why? They'll feel it. By the way, how many people are megas? Do they like intimidating people? I don't think so. I've had great success talking with megas, and you know what always happens is not in the beginning, but after we build the relationship, they just want to be like everybody else. Now they want to be respected, they want to be honored but what happens? They want people to talk to them. They want people to talk to them. That's what they want. Yeah. As a team leader, you are a mega. That's a great aha. What's another aha that you got? Come on. We're almost done. We're so close. We are so close. We can see the finish line. Yeah.
I'm the ALC guy. I need to turn over my recruits to my TL a lot quicker because that's his 20%.
Yeah. I need to be as an ALC, I need to be lead generating for my team leader. The team leader needs to make sure that the ALC understands that they're lead generators in there. Yeah. Use the recruit select process for megas. Use that. I guarantee you they will absolutely adore you. They will think you are incredible. Yes?
It really opened my eyes, this. I'm brand new. And I was taught by two OPs to go out with a script and kind of lay out the whole agenda. And now I realize it made it so much simpler. I'm going to ask them questions. They're going to tell me what they want to know. And then I just talked to my OPs, meeting with a mega this afternoon. And I just told him what to do. And I told him at the end, 1 to 10, where are you at with Keller Williams? That's a killer. That's a killer. Now you know where they're at. That was
there
great.
You go. All right. Any other? Yes.
I took your AVA class in May, which was absolutely fantastic, about how to use the AVA with megas and in that recruit select process. And I think helping them build teams is the biggest value proposition that we offer. How do you overcome, though? I've had some of them, they've never had something like that, and they become scared of it. And then they're like, whoa, I can see the look in their eye. I don't want to know that much about myself. And they're scared, and like, I've got one, I can't get her to take it. And I truly think it's because she's never experienced anything like it. All she's ever done is real estate. And now she's intimidated by it. So did I describe it incorrectly, or how do you describe it?
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being brutally honest and 1 not so much, how do you want me to operate? How do you want me to answer that question?
Brutally honest, because I want to.
Probably what happened is what happened there is that you didn't develop how much you learned and how much fun it was and how great it was, and it was a super experience. It was something that was just incredible to go from there. Because then what happens, they get excited to take it. They get excited to do. So just go back and just talk with them and say, this is so much fun. And if you don't want to do it, let's not do it. Do the takeaway. And if you don't want to do it, that's okay. I love talking with you because they're like, well, yeah, I want to take it. What are you talking about? So you just pull it back. Pull it back there. What? Chapter 4.
Oh, I just love what you said about the transition plan. One of the things that I had done when I first came on board was I put the transition plan together because I think that it makes them less overwhelmed to come over. And I always make, kind of a script of saying, here's the transition plan. We own it. We're going to do all these things for you. And it's like a 12-step process with intervention, and they laugh.
That's huge. Great job.
So it just ends up being a really great thing for them because they feel like, okay, I can do it. And, we get it done for them.
What's your name?
Sandra.
Sandra, you have given me great energy the last 2 days. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say that. Thank you. Super. Okay. Any other ahas? Okay. Let's wrap this up. We're going to chapter 5. And in chapter 5, what we're going to do is what we've done is that we've talked about adapting a recruiting mindset. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Remember that? I want you to take that. I want you to walk away with that. I want you to know that it's not about the market. It's not about the market. Think about what the competition is saying. The competition is saying right now, it's all about recruiting. Well, for years and years and years, our competition never said anything about recruiting. Can anybody remember it? No one was saying anything about recruiting. XYZ, ABC, they weren't talking about that. Now everybody's talking. That's the name of the game. Understand that. Understand what the game has changed, and now people are playing our game. Enjoy it. Who is the best at recruiting? We are. So if we're the best at it, own it. Take what is yours. Are you with me? Don't be intimidated. Just say, this is mine. This is mine. I'm good at this. I trained for this. We value this. This isn't new to us. Are you with me? The power of leverage. We talked about, remember what we talked? We talked about how we did some exercises with your ALC. What you can do is you can leverage your ALC. Remember those exercises? I want you to go back and look at those exercises and really talk with your ALC about that. Remember some of the exercises that we can do with our staff? Plates. Introduce the concept of a plate. Read books with them. Success is a choice. Those type of things. Really get them to lead. Understand breaking your staff into teams with retention, because that's a two-sided coin with recruiting. And then the allied resource. I've got to tell you, folks, if you want to have incredible recruiting numbers, get to know the very best of the best in your market area. Okay? Get to know the best, because if people see you hanging out with the best, what are you by default? The best. Isn't that kind of cool to be the best by default? I like that. I want to do more of that. Now, today what we've gone over is we've thought think conversation, not presentation. What did you get from that? Did that help a paradigm shift there for you? Not thinking that you've got to do all the talking and what you've got to do is you've got to do all the listening. And then speaking to their hot buttons. Speaking, because remember your goal. What you're going to do is you say, I've got two goals today. One is to get to know you. The other one is to tell you everything that you want to know about Keller Williams. And then you hold to it. You deliver on that commitment. Follow up. Want to make sure that you're always following up. When you follow up, when you say that you're going to call, make sure that you do call. Do those things. And when you see that there's an opportunity, if they're into German Shepherds, go to Barnes & Noble, spend $3 on the Barnes & Noble, and get them a book on German Shepherds. Do those little things. Little good things turn into big good things. Little bad things turn into big bad things. Just want you to do that. And then one thing that we finished up with, recruiting megas. Megas, we are megas. We have to understand that the mega knows that we understand what their issues are. We're not in competition with them. We're just creating that bridge. Remember when we talked about yesterday? There's the Keller Williams. There's the perspective. And what we're doing is we're creating a bridge that person, the recruit, wants to walk across. The way we do that is show that we have the same issues. Everybody with me? So now what I want you to do is I want you to turn to page 99. And what I want you to do is I want you to do that first statement. I understand recruiting I understand that recruiting is priority 1 for the team leader. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 saying you understand that and master that, I want you to write that down. If it's a 1 saying, I never heard about that, I want you to write that down. The reason why we're going to go through this exercise is because I want you to have an action plan when you leave this place. Not to sit there and say, hey, it was a great, well, I hope you guys think it was great. But I don't want you guys to sit there and say, hey, the last 2 days was okay, but I didn't really learn anything. I want you to actually walk away with this. I can calculate my appointments conversion. I understand in order to increase my net recruits, I need to increase my number of recruiting appointments and improve on my conversion rate. I can lead by example and block time to lead generate every day. I have a mindset of confidence when I recruit. Not cockiness, confidence. My knowledge about this market makes me confident and prepared to answer the recruit's questions. I want anything that is below an 8, I want you to say, I'm going to bone up on that. Speed of the leader equals speed of the pack. Okay? So write that down right there. Now, I want you to go to page 100. Chapter 2. I hold my ALC members accountable to their covenant agreement on recruiting. 10, I do that really, really well. 1, not so much. When I mean not so much, I mean not at all. I am proactive about getting my leads from my market center associates. I surround myself with talent, and my staff understands that it's their job to free me up to recruit. That's huge. I stay in contact with my allied resource and leverage them for leads. I am comfortable calling them. Folks, I want you to know allied resources, they aren't truly your allied resources if you feel weird calling them. These people are your buddies. These people you dig, they dig you. Everything's groovy. They want to go Christmas shopping or holiday shopping with you. That's what we're talking an allied resource. And they are very, 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 and 2 more very's, good at their job. I have a great company story, and I clearly communicate it to all my allied resources who I am and looking for. I know how to leverage my leads so I can make warm calls for appointments. Anything that is below an 8, I want you to write down in your action steps. Chapter 3, think conversation, not presentation. I know how to get the prospective recruit. When recruiting, I focus on relationship building and what the recruit wants to know, not what I tell them. When I'm speaking with a recruit, I ask great questions. And most importantly, I listen. When speaking with a recruit, I am flexible. I adapt to the conversation as needed. In the recruiting appointment, I ask building questions. I listen to the recruit's fears about the market. I work to create a safe environment to ease those fears. I know the essential elements of a recruiting presentation. I know where I can go to find more information for a presentation if needed. I can confidently address objections and see them as an opportunity to learn more about the recruit, his or her needs. Building the relationship is critical, but I know how and when to close. When are you closing? Always. You're closing on the relationship, right? You're closing to build the relationship. I always follow up with the recruit. Anything that is below an 8, I want you to write down. I want you to write down and say, these are the things that I'm going to work on when I get home. So you have your action steps. So what happens is you're not going to work and then you're saying, what am I going to work? Oh, yeah, what am I going to work on? You know from the moment you walk in the door, you know exactly your action steps. Chapter 4, recruiting megas. I have a mindset that allows me to approach a mega. I understand the mega mindset, know what they want, and I know how to give it to them. I have attended a Recruit Select course. I regularly utilize the Recruit Select process with top agents. I can confidently address mega agents' objections. I want you to concentrate on the 4th word here. I have a great or effective, I have an effective transition plan for megas. Meaning it works. Anything below an 8, I want you to write down there. Okay, folks, we're done. But I just want to say, the whole thing that I wanted to do when Mary and Mark approached me to teach this class, I've got to tell you, I hope that you've noticed that I'm passionate about team leaders. I hope you, because I got to tell you, folks, team leaders are the lifeblood of this company. I've been a loan officer with this company. I've been an agent with this company. I've been an ALC member with this company. I've been a team leader with this company. I've been an OP with this company. And I've been a regional director of 3 regions with this company. And I have to tell you, the most dynamic position in our company and the position that is laden with opportunity. Laden with opportunity. Because I didn't have any opportunity until I was a team leader. I want to be real upfront with you. I had 0 opportunity until I became a team leader. It's this position. You can make a lot of money. You can have a lot of opportunity. But you know what? It's when you see your ALC feel proud of themselves and say, we're good. It's when you see your ALC that was the worst in the market, understand that they are now the best in the market. That's priceless. That's something that no one can ever take away from you. And I mean to tell you, if you can help people get what they want, you never have to worry about what you get. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to talk with you folks and spend time with you for the last week. I want to tell you, I hope you got good stuff. I want you to walk out of here with hope. I want you to sit there and say, you know what, the other people, they can talk about recruiting, but we're just going to take it. We're going to take what's ours because this is our turf, this is what we do, and we're the very best at what we do. And I want to thank you very much for your time.
John, one
Travel
second.
safe.
John, I have a request first that you receive this acknowledgement from us. So on behalf of the team, I want you to know that we appreciate you. And I actually have a request of everyone in the room. Anyone that John has made a difference for today or any time, would you please stand up? So, John, I want you to take this in. We love you, we appreciate you, and we think you're amazing. Thank you.
John.
Thank you very much. Great job. Travel safe.
Quick question.
Oh, wait. We got
when are the next times that this class is offered, Mr. Davis?
Great. Thank you very much. The next time that we've got November 28th and 29th in Atlanta. We'll be doing this class. Now, this class, you guys did great. It won't be so rushed because it's a day and a half, okay, in Atlanta. December 12th and 13th in Denver. Please talk if you thought that you got good stuff out of this, please talk with your team leaders, and please, for Keller Williams course, please turn in your evaluations. Please do your evaluations. They're at the back of the book. Please turn those in so that we can improve this course where we need to improve it. Thank you. Travel safe.